This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Whether you're looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything. You can use the coupon code ZAPTCG to get 5% off your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. CARDMARKET is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZAPTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a website to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can upload your own unique design or your favorite wallpaper and then turn it into a beautiful playmat. There's a link down below to get 10% off your next order. Last but certainly not least is DragonShield.com. There are links down below for people from the US and people from Europe where you're going to be able to buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. And of course, Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. I recommend them for every tournament, so definitely check out the links, and it's going to help out support the channel so much. So thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and let's get this video started already. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the set list of the Scarlet and Violet base set. That's right, this is going to be releasing worldwide on the 31st of March. Japan will get it a little bit earlier on the 20th of January. So I'm very excited to be seeing the new card designs. We're going to be checking out the Paradox Pokemon. We're going to be seeing the terrestrial forms and all that. It's going to be fantastic. So if you guys are enjoying the daily Pokemon TCG content, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button and subscribing for more daily uploads. So what we're going to be checking out here is the entire set list that is going to be releasing in Japan. They have Scarlet EX and Violet EX. For the people that are a little bit more recent to the TCG, EXs have been around during the Ruby and Sapphire era, like a long time ago. And EXs are basically Pokemon that require evolution from just one prize Pokemon, which is super nice. I love evolution aspect in the game, and it's definitely going to be helpful to have that back in the game, because nowadays it's just Vs, already 2 prize Pokemon, and V Maxes, 3 prize Pokemon, even V Stars, very high HP 2 prize Pokemon. So we have a lot of cards to take a look at right now, and we're going to be starting off with the first one. Also, I want to give an explanation here. I cannot pronounce all these names correctly because I haven't played the video games of Scarlet and Violet. I did play a little bit, but I wasn't able to finish the games just yet. But so some of these Pokemon will be new for me as well. We have Speedops EX. That's what we're going to be calling it. It is a very cool looking Pokemon. As you can see, it evolves from a basic Pokemon here. So it's a stage 1 Pokemon, and it evolves from a little HP Pokemon. If you can see, it evolves from this little fella having 60 HP, and then boom, you evolve it all the way to the 260 HP department. So that's pretty nice. It comes back with an ability, and it's a little bit similar to Leafeon VMAX if I see it here. Your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 Carlos more. I believe this also stacks, so your opponents, if you can get multiple of these out, you're going to be dishing out a huge amount of damage. We have the Wire Hanger, 90 damage base for a Grass and a Carlos energy, and then 30 more for every energy in your opponent's active retreat cost. The problem is Mew VMAX will be the best deck post-rotation, and that has a 0 retreat cost, but let's just say you're up against an Arceus V-Star. Arceus V-Star has a 2 retreat cost, meaning that you will be able to slap 90 damage plus 30 more is 60, 150. Because of the ability here, it's going to be 180. If you can get an additional Speedops EX out, it's going to be, even more. And Choice Belt, it's going to take so much to just get this off and rolling. You need probably around 3 of them in the field and having Choice Belt to be slapping a reasonable of damage. That you're having like a 3 retreat cost, 5 retreat cost. That's going to be 180 with 90. It's still going to be taking so much time, so I don't know if it's going to be a great card, but it's a nice mechanic to have all around. And unfortunately, we lose Gallarmine. If Gallarmine was still around, it would have been a different story, but maybe we do get more ways to mess around with the opponent's retreat cost. Moving forward is Banette EX, so we're talking about the most interesting cards first. Banette EX, very cool artwork for sure. I love these silver borders. Also, as a note here, when the cards come out in English, they will also come with the silver borders. So we said goodbye to the yellow borders. eventually, which is nice. I prefer the silver borders over the yellow borders, but some people that are a little bit more nostalgic will miss the yellow borders, but they are gone with Scarlet and Violet. So, Lights Out, very similar to Vikavolt or Seismitoad. For 1 energy, your opponent can play any item cards from their hand during their turn. The problem is, it is a stage 1, so you cannot use this on the first turn going second, whether with Vikavolt you could have done that, but that's not the case here. It also comes back with Poltergeist. We already know that with Gengar, Mimikyu, Tag Team GX. Your opponent reveals their hand, you slap 60 damage for every trainer card you find there. Trainer card is specified as item cards, tool cards, stadium cards, as well as supporters, so that could be racking up a huge amount of damage, seeing as they're not able to play down any item cards with Lights Out. But 30 damage in the scale we're at right now, with a lot of Pokemon having over 280, even more HP. The 30 damage is a little bit lackluster, although you could use Choice Belt. You could be using a new item card, which we're going to be talking about later as well. But the low department here on the damage output gets me a little bit worried, because 30 damage is not a lot, let's be honest. If you slap 30 damage onto a Comfy, you need to like 3-shot it. I know they're item locked, but who cares when your damage output is just that slow. Moving forward, so I don't know how to feel about this item lock. I think it's going to have to prove itself in the meta quite yet, because the power creep is there. VMAXs are still around, V-Stars are still around, and with 250 HP and decks like Mew VMAX being able to like rack everything, it's going to be pretty interesting where this will end up. Okay, also this has some synergy with it. With for 1 energy, you can flip a coin, slap 10 damage. If heads, your opponent can play any item cards from their hand during their next turn. So synergize a little bit with the Banette EX. Next is Toxicroak EX, giving some love to the Diamond and Pearl segment, as you see here. Very cool artwork again. Is it great? Well, Nasty Plot, search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them directly into your hand. The good news is that Marnie will rotate when this set drops, will be officially legal. That's what I want to say. So rotation drops, then we have Scarlet and Violet, and we're going to have Battle Styles on. So the cool thing with that is that Marnie rotates, but the bad thing is that Judge got reprinted, which means there's still disruption in the situation. But also, why would you evolve into a stage 1 2-prizer to get any 2 cards from the deck to then get slapped by anything that can hit you for weakness, or anything that can get hit for 250 damage output? That's just bad. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 6 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1 during checkup with its second attack. So pretty much like you're slapping 180, which is also still lackluster. You can have the Hisuian Sneasel on top of that, but on stage 1, you might. I know that I sound a little bit pessimistic about these cards, but that's something they always do, right? Initially, we had the Sword and Shield block, and the first couple of V Pokemon from the Sword and Shield block were very bad. The only good cards were like Zamazenta and Zacian, and all the rest were pretty bad. Who remembers Celebi V or whatever? You know what I mean? Even Caldeo V. Like, they initially make the base set. They gradually scale up the power level. Like, the first couple of EXs we're getting right now are pretty damn mediocre, to say the least. So I don't even know if any of them will see play. But as soon as like the second set drops from Scarlet and Violet, things will be a little bit more refined, and we're gonna be getting more and more powerful EX cards. Moving forward is Oinkolong, if I pronounce that correctly. Look at this. It evolves from Lechonk. That's something I know. I have a shiny Lechonk on my save data of Scarlet and Violet. Even though I only played like a couple of hours, I have a shiny. So we have the Frenzy Fragrance. 10 damage plus 30 more for each. 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay. So pretty much if they have a full bench, you're slapping 160. 160 for 1 energy is not bad. The problem is, powerful Carlos energy will have been rotated. I know we still have Choice Belts, but EXs are in the format, and Choice Belt does not work against that. So 160, trying to 2-shot VMAX, yeah, it's a reasonable attack, and we have Chair and Scare. So this is something that could work, but the HP department, 260, is a little bit on the lower end, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But I see potential with this, with Chair and Scare, and the opponent also could play around not having bench Pokemon, but we still keep Echoing Horn, so we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit better than the rest of the EXs, I would say, because for 1 energy, you're slapping a reasonable amount of damage, and that could be Charin Scarable, if that makes any sense. Although, why would you play this over Arceus? Who knows? It's also stage 1. Arceus has the V-Star ability and all that. I don't know. It only requires 1 energy. That's the best part about it. Gyarados EX. And it is a terrestrial form. Look at all the crystallization going around. And the bad thing is that they still keep the text here with the terrestrial rule box or whatever it is here. It is an additional thing that they added to the card is that they cannot get damaged when it's on the bench. I wish they would have given it any other terrestrial effect, because right now this is the same thing that we had with the terrestrial Arcanine EX. Having immunity from the bench is pretty mediocre, seeing as we have Manaphy in the format, but I guess when maybe Manaphy rotates, things will be better. But Gyarados, let's talk about it, shall we? 100 damage flat for 3 energies is bad. Yeah, there I said it. Remember Zacian V that slapped 230 for 3 energies? That was good, and even that got power crept a little bit. So let's just be honest, a stage 1 slapping 100 for 3 is bad. The Tyrant Tail 180, if your opponent has any damage counters on it, you're slapping 180 damage more, is a great attack, but the attack cost is ridiculous. Although you can power it up with double turbo Melanie, a touch of... still then, we lost Frosmoth, which is bad. Maybe you could try something now with the new Halucha in this set. Maybe playing Lugia V-Star, and nah, that's not gonna work because we don't have the Wash Water energies, we don't have Aurora energy. Nah, that's gonna work. How do you set this guy up? I am thinking Mirage Gate. This is the only thing I can think about, but the problem is like Magikarp has like usually 30 HP. Let's check if that is the case here. Magikarp, do you still have 30 HP? Yeah, 30 HP. Can you reckon what would happen if a Sableye went nuts with Mirage Gate? I know, this is bad. Okay, next up is Klefki, one of the better cards of the set, in my opinion here, with the ability Mischievous Lock? Lock? Yeah, it's a lock. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon have no abilities, excluding Mischievous Lock. So, this ability works, and then you shut everything down. Remember, like, Wobbuffet from Phantom Forces? I don't know if I'm correct with that, but yeah, a Wobbuffet did it before it. And the cool thing with this is that you can shut down Comfey. You can shut down Genesect. You can shut down all basic abilities, which is super huge to stall out a little bit while you can get your setup. A very great card. Definitely need a lot of them when the set finally drops in about like 2.5 months. That's like so long from now that I'm actually thinking like, what is going on? It's going to be taking quite a while to just get this established. So moving forward, it also comes back with an attack. Before dealing damage, discard any tool cards. Yeah, it's just discarding tool cards and slapping damage. This is pretty bad. Okay, Houndstone. Yeah, last respects, 80 damage. This attack does 10 more damage for every psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. Are we gonna go with another Mad Party? Is this Mad Party 2.0? The problem is, this is a stage 1. Stage 1, that means you need to evolve. Sableye has, of course, gatekeeping a lot of these weak HP basics. How much HP does this basic have? 80. The Greavard has 80 HP. Anyhow, let's scale that up. Let's put a Choice Belt in the mix here because most of the X's will be bad regardless. So we have 110 damage base with Choice Belt. How many Pokemon do we need in the discard pile to... 10? Is that a 10 damage multiplier? That's so bad. Imagine there is a world where you have 17 psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. Then you can one-hit KO an Arceus V-Star. Wow. Why is this so bad? I don't know. Like... This would have been way better if it was a 20 damage modifier because it's a stage 1. We need to actually put some time to evolve this guy. And let's say you have 10 of them in there, then that would be maybe a little bit too powerful. Maybe they would have said, last respect, 40 damage plus 20 more for every psychic energy in your discard pile, or psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. That would have been better, but I don't see a way this working out. It also needs 2 energies. You have to use Raihan most of the time to set it up. Okay. We have a little Pokemon putting a supporter card from the opponent's hand on the bottom of their deck. This could be a nice card for control decks, not gonna lie. They put the supporter card on the bottom, so that's interesting. Blizzy is back. Looks like we're getting a lot of Blizzy cards these days. Once during your turn, you may heal all special conditions. Same as the Blizzy... no, it's a little bit better than the Blizzy V, because Blizzy V only activates when you attach an energy. This is just, once during your turn, you heal all special conditions from your active. So it also can heal itself. It's in the active slot or something else. It is a stage 1, so you can heal special conditions. Imagine if we had that with Lugia right now, although there are better options to get rid of the paralyzation madness. And then attach all energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench. So Blizzy, Blissful Cyclone, you can loop around the energies, but 150 is probably not going to cut the deal there. You can have the DTE in combination, that's only 130. Scovit, Nest Hoarding. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of the deck. If you do, draw 1 card. How good would that be? Like, shuffling your entire hand. Why would you want to have a low hand size? Maybe like insta-playable card. Hisuian Arcanine? I could think of a Hisuian Arcanine using like a one-off, but you need your bench to have like your basic Pokemon set up. But yeah, Skulkabilly? Skulkabilly? If I pronounce it correctly. Search it out for 2 basic Pokemon, put them on the bench. So Call for Family, the classic things. And then Fly, just the same attack as Flying Pikachu V. Torkoal, flip a coin for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. Coin flipping attack, needing too many energies, it's bad. The artworks are pretty good though. We have Arboliva as the evolution of Smoliv. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may heal all the damage from one of your Pokemon. What? That is actually pretty good. Gonna have to let that sink in a little bit. It is searchable with Level Ball. It has 90 HP. You can evolve and heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. So if you have a tanky deck, let's say the Rolodon VMAX, it gets slapped with damage. Well, yeah, the price trades would be a little bit bad because we do lose scoop up nets to get rid of it. But healing instantly is pretty interesting. I like this card. Wugtrio. I've never seen most of these Pokemon in my life, so they look pretty weird to me. It's a water type. Okay. Underwater Tunnel. Flip 3 coins for every head. Discard 3 cards from your opponent's deck. We don't have triple accelerator energy. We do have double turbo and Raihan. Searchable with Lava Ball again. Discarding cards from the opponent's deck. Get Zoroark into this, but 3 energies is a little bit much to do that. Lucario. If any of your fighting Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, you slap 120 more damage. For 1 energy, you slap 150. I could get behind this. If you're behind, they're gonna knock out your Lucario. Otherwise, oh well, they could actually leave it in the active and don't attack it, but you could actually maybe attack with the second attack. Doesn't matter. 150 Vengeful Attack. It's a 1 price Pokemon, but you need to evolve time and time again. But we do have Raihan, so things are. I'm saying Raihan most of the time here for all these acceleration. Annihilate. Look at this artwork. It's like insane. This deck does 70 damage for each prize card your opponent has already taken. Okay, let's say the opponent has taken 4 prize cards. You're slapping 280 for 1 energy. Disregarding any modifiers. That's a stage 2. It is a stage 2. I did not even see it. If it was a stage 1, it actually would have been pretty nice. But stage 2, yeah, forget about it. These is like a fan favorite of the community here. The Mosshold. 70 damage for each Mosshold in play. Ooh, okay. Look at these. Look at them go. 70 damage. So if you can get 3 of them out, because one of them is priced, 210. If you can get all of them out, which I assume probably is not gonna work. We're losing Ordinary Rod, I think. I don't know. They have a low amount of hit points as well, so against Lawson Box, you're gonna be pretty bad. Revaroom. What is this? I've never seen it in my life. Revaroom. Once during your turn, you may discard 1 energy card from hand. If you draw cards, they have 6 in your hand. That's pretty good. This is a stage 1. This is a great draw Pokemon. We have a new engine, ladies and gentlemen. If you are sick and tired of the barrel, you have a new engine. Once during your turn, discarding an energy from the hand, which synergizes with stuff like Melanie, you draw cards until you have 6 in hand. That's like 1 more than B-Barrel. B-Barrel has only 120 HP, but B-Barrel doesn't always works. But this also can make room. If you discard an energy, you have more room to draw more cards. Interesting. It's a great draw engine. I'm not gonna lie. Lots of decks will love to have energies in their discard pile. We have the Armarouge. Yeah, Armarouge with an ability. As many times as you like during your turn, you may move 1 fire energy from your bench to your active. It's Quagsire. Who remembers Quagsire from, it was Dragon's Majesty? Wow, my brain really hurts thinking about older sets. But fire energy acceleration is not that good. In the past we utilized like Quagsire with Naganadels to have energy acceleration, but for now I don't know how to get the fire energies out of the discard pile to go time and time again with a 1 prize attacker. We'll have to figure that out maybe later. This is something I do like here. Look at that, a basic with 160 HP. How does this basic have more HP than most stage 2s in the format? Can somebody explain? It does have a 4 retreat cost. Look a little bit like a Wailord. Dondozo, 50 damage for each Tatsugiri in your discard pile. We lose twin energy, so your damage output is already minus 20 because we're relying on double turbo. But you can be playing double turbo energy and then set it up in one way, and then this Tatsugiri is something you need in your discard pile. So if you have level balls, quick ball is gone. If you Nazball is not gonna be that good. We have Ultra Ball, we have level ball to get these fellas out the deck and then research them into the discard pile. So we can then slap a maximum amount of damage. If 4 of them are in there, you're gonna be slapping 180 for 1 double turbo. You do have a lot of hit points, which is great against like if you get Cramorant or whatever, but it's a nice number. It's a nice number. Maybe this could be a new rogue deck that we're going to be testing out like very late because the set only drops on the 31st of March. Dashbun. Looks like a dog to me. Where my dog's at. Well-barked body. Prevent all damage onto this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. This Pokemon cannot be burned. Okay. We had a Bronzong back in the day where decks like Reshizar were only based around fire Pokemon attacking, and then you can just have this out and win the game. It's a cool card, but fire is not that great at the moment. What is this? Mabustiff? Another dog, or something similar to it. So, looks like a Mariana. Interesting. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent switch their active with one on their bench. So pretty much repel. Or escape rope, one-sided escape rope. Stage 1, not good. Toots Cruel, a grass, weird looking Tentacruel. Maybe move one energy from your opponent's active to their bench Pokemon. Oh yeah, this is who remembers Rabombi? Rabombi saw play in control decks. This might be doing the same thing, although it does need a grass energy. It's not based on a Carlos energy. Triple Smash, it's just average. Slowbro, homage to the fossil Slowbro back before it. As many times as you like, you may move one damage counter from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. So pretty much it absorbs damage counters. So you can heal. The problem is you don't have Scoop Up Net. We're gonna miss Scoop Up Net, to be honest. It saw so much play in a lot of decks. I'll be missing it for sure. There is Sea Titan. Oh, all these Pokemon are so brand new. They look like Digimon. This attack does 20 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Yeah, it's not great. 180 HP is pretty massive for a stage 1 though. Palmot. Look at that. Another Pokemon with yellow cheeks. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a basic lightning energy and attach it to this Pokemon. It does slap 230. It's a stage 2. Why does it need to be? All the great cards are stage 2s, and stage 2s are not great because the format's too fast. See where I'm going with this? Hypno. Flip a coin of heads. Choose an attack of one of the opponent's Pokemon in play and use it as this attack. Pulling the strings. I'm copying Technoblast for 1 energy, but that's not on a coin flip. We don't have ways to reflip, unfortunately. Toxtricity in the cave, lurking around. Choose 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, reveal them and put them into the deck. It's like not discarding. So even in control decks, they're not allowing you to discard resources. Like this is the second time we see something that like gets back in the deck. Florges, your opponent's Pokemon, your Pokemon in play have no weakness. Okay, Floette, Rare Candy. Or actually, Flabébé, Rare Candy, Florges, and boom, you don't have a weakness anymore. And then out of nowhere, Mewtwo Max is no longer weak to Drapion. Attacking at a 1/0/1 with Rare Candy, imagine. It is a thing though. It is a thing. Team Star Grunts. Choose an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, put it on top of the deck. Again, why is there no discard? Like, control decks are just gonna say, like, forever getting cards on the deck? That's weird. Shuffle your hand to your deck, draw 8 cards. Your turn ends. A supporter you want to be using on the first turn going second when you're not able to attack. Like Lumineon, Katie, bam. And then you get judged. Because, why is this bad? I'm going to explain. Because you shuffle your hand to your deck, you draw 8 cards. But you're not able to play any of those 8 cards. Your turn immediately ends. So it's a terrible card. Next is Miriam. Choose up to 5 Pokemon from the discard pile, reveal them, and shuffle them into your deck. Then draw 3 cards. Recovery and draw power fusion. Ha! Poof, we get it. So this is great. This is a great supporter. Definitely going to be seeing play in specific decks that want to have like Pokemon recovery. 5 Pokemon back, and drawing 3 is you could draw into them again. You can draw into the Pokemon you put just back in your deck, which is awesome. Masagoza. Once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, that player searches their deck for a Pokemon and puts it into their hand. It's an interesting stadium card. Searches out Pokemon. Which is like additional ways to get Pokemon on your first turn. Stadium, flip, heads, Pokemon, you know? You have Battle VIP Pass, Ultra Ball, Lovable, I know, but interesting stadium. Maybe like a deck like Rapid Strike Malamar. Every single time you can get Pokemon in your hand on a coin flip. Who knows? Just thinking out loud. Picnic Basket, heal 30 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. It's like the same like Freshwater set. Competitive Band. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, attacks from Pokemon this card is attached to deal 30 more damage to the opponent's active. So this also works against any type of Pokemon like 1 prizers as well. It doesn't have to be like Vs, VMAXs, EXs, whatever. Against any Pokemon 30 more damage, but you have to be behind in prize cards. So is this the famous comeback mechanic that they announced at Worlds? Maybe we see more cards like that. We just desperately need an end card, right? Then some more basic Pokemon. We have Pachirisu, which is not able to get paralyzed. And also slaps 20 damage for each of your bench lightning Pokemon. 10 plus 20 more, so 110, that's mediocre. Great Tusk, we've already reviewed this on the channel, but to go over it again, 40 for 1, discard a stadium, and then 250 and slap 50 to yourself. So as a basic Pokemon, 250 HP is pretty decent. For sure, but you're lowering that down because you damage yourself. With choice value, you hit some decent numbers. 280 against V-stars and Vs altogether is pretty great. But how do you get the energies on? The X, you can get them with the X. I think Bea, is that rotated or not? Who knows? But there are ways to attack with this. There's also the Koraidon. Iron Treads, we already talked about this as well. It's pretty bad. It's a very bad card, I would say. I know he has like attack, hit, and run, but with so many energies and Metal Saucer being gone, it's bad. Magnezone has a great thing going for it, seeing as it can attack 50 damage for every energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So for 1 energy, that's great. You have 330 HP to back it up, so we have some survivability, and you can also slap 220 to knock out basic Vs or EXs. So Magnezone is pretty great. The rest, the best one of the bunch of the EXs is Gardevoir. Listen to this. As often as you like, you may attach a basic energy card, Psychic Energy, from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, and you cannot use this ability to knock yourself out. If it makes any sense. So you can do it every time you want. So let's say in the late game you have like 8 energies in the discard pile. All of them can get accelerated onto your board. It's a stage 2 to get it out, but we do have a Curlia, which can draw cards with the Refinement. You have more Gardevoir to have a great roll, so this is ready to get exploited for sure. Koraidon. This is a way you can get that Great Tusk set up. You could be utilizing the Koraidon, and then if you use it, attach 2 energies from your discard pile, 2 basic fighting energies, and attach them to your basic fighting Pokemon in play. Your turn ends. So yeah. You can get this on the first turn, get a Great Tusk set up, and then start swinging with that. It's an option. You can also start swinging with itself. 220 is not bad. This is an interesting ability, but having your turn end is pretty bad. Miraidon is pretty great to get like a lot of lightning Pokemon out of the deck. If you slap it down, you can search your deck for 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them on the bench. Then shuffle your deck. You don't have to end your turn with this, and it also can search itself. So you can search wide on the first turn. As soon as you have like 1 Ultra Ball, boom, Miraidon can get the entire squad going. Mareeps, I'm thinking about it. Regieleki V, there's capabilities with this. Arcanine slaps 250, but has problems. It has problems to set itself up because 3 Fire Energies is pretty hard to set up, let's be honest. And also it has the terrestrial effect here. While this Pokemon is on the bench, prevent all damage done to it. And also comes back with Raging Claws, which is pretty much like the attack of a Reshizard. It's Outrage. Silazar EX, 180. Could use Double Turbo, Raihan, Circle Around. It's weak, let's be honest. All these EXs, like, they come in the starter decks, right? Lucario EX, 50 snipe on top of a 160 base, not great. Ampharos, 140, you may discard 2 energies, 100 more damage. 240 is not the number on the stage 2 that you want to hit. Mimikyu EX, 30 damage for each energy attached to both actives like X-Ball. X-Ball did it before, then was way better for one attachment because we have double Cars energy back in the day. Also bad. So my conclusion, we're going to be going to that conclusion very shortly. But yeah, it's not too promising this set, let's be honest. Beach Court, the retreat cost of each basic Pokemon is 1 Cars energy less. This like screams to be utilized with Comfy. Yeah, it's Comfy time, right? Comfy, flower selecting, retreating thanks to Beach Court, using another flower selecting. You know how that goes. Arven, search your deck for 1 item, 1 tool, reveal them and put them in the hand. Also, new rule update with Scarlet and Violet. Tool cards are no longer item cards. They're their own category, and so that means they cannot get fetched out with Irida, the tool cards I would say. They cannot get fetched out with Pokestop. They cannot get searched out with Mew from Celebration. So tool cards become their own category, which I think is pretty weird because you always want to find Choice Bell. You always want to find, in the past, Air Balloon. Air Balloon will have rotated by then, but you know where I'm going with this. Having the split up is pretty interesting. Penny, this is a broken card because of Mimikyu V. Put 1 basic Pokemon in play, and all cards attached to it back into your hand. Because if you slap down Mimikyu V, you cannot get like KO'd or something. So you can keep looping with Palpad. And Team Yell's Cheer, so now this is pretty crazy. We have Jack, and also this reminds us of like Ace Rolla back in the day. That's gonna be C play for sure. Jack, search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon and put them in hand. Not great. You do definitely want to be, might see maybe play, but I'm not too fan of it because we have like Ultra Ball to find evolution Pokemon. A Boulder Breastplate, the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to takes 30 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon's attacks. So you do see that purple text outline here that does indicate that tool cards are their own category in the TCG right now. Next is a broken Electro Generator item card. You remember Max Elixir, right? Max Elixir on steroids for lightning Pokemon. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may attach up to 2 basic lightning energies you find there to your bench lightning Pokemon any way you like. Shuffle all the cards back. So if you have some luck by your side and you play 4 of these and you have a deck filled with energies, then the Raichu V is going to be pretty happy about it. Yeah, lightning Pokemon will have it great. You have Fluffy to get back the energies. And you have Electro Generator to put them in play in the first place. And you have the Miraidon to get Pokemon on the field. And then there's Palpad seeing a reprint in the Scarlet and Violet base set. So yeah, these are all the fantastic cards that we were checking out. There's some like mediocre cards as well that we haven't talked about yet. Let's see here. Are there any other? There's a couple of cards that are not on this page. I think we will need to check those out because maybe there have been really showcased in a different way. There are still some cards I want to talk about here. So let's go head over to Poke Beach. Maybe they have the answers for the cards we weren't able to find on Poke Guardian. Okay, all of these things pop up here. So we also have these fantastic alt rares. So alt rares are back, as you can see. Releases on the 20th of January. We'll have alt cards available again, as you can see here. Look at this one. Look at Gardevoir. You know what you want to have these alt arts. Look at the Slowpoke. This Slowpoke's super nice. I like it. So which cards did we not talk about here? Let's talk about it together. There's a couple of them. Most of them I was able to showcase already. But there are a few, like the Halucha, that were not mentioned yet. So look at all these fantastic cards. We talked about most of them, I would say. But we need some explanations on cards we haven't talked about before. Okay, look at this. EXP Share gets a reprint. That's something you want to be seeing. Nestball sees a reprint, so you can use your older copies. Just note that the old tool cards also follow the new regulation of their own category in the trainer card department. So let's scroll a little bit around so we can see which cards that we were missing out on. So Cacturn, if this Pokemon is your active and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if you're knocked out, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. The Cacnea comes back with the same stuff, but that's only pre-release material because they're pretty bad. Gogoat, pretty bad. There is an Arboliva, so the final evolution of Smoliv. When you play this card from your hand, you may heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. Oh, yeah, they mixed that up. They mixed that up, to be honest. This actually does not have the ability that we were talking about, so it's pretty bad. So in theory, you can heal all damage, but only on the stage 2. So that makes it really, really bad. Look at this Pokemon. I haven't seen that one before. It looks pretty. The Charcadet. Cool. Okay. Whoa, look at this Magikarp. More Magikarps in the back. The artwork, sublime. It's fantastic. It's cool artwork. Wiglet's doing nothing. Okay. Any other cards? Look at these birds. The casual bird from every generation. Kilowattrel, 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's not what we're going to be talking about here. There is a Drifloon. 30 damage for each damage counters on this Pokemon. That's not great. Put 8 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. That's also pretty bad for 3 Psychic Energies. When Sableye can do it for 1. It's just not fair. Look at this Dedenne. Your heydays of Dedenne EX are gone. It's like looking at the past, you know? Look at these cards. What are these supposed to be? Flittle? Flittling all the way into Espatra? Okay. You can trap opponents by inside. The opponents cannot retreat. 50 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active. It has free retreat though. Meet me. Not gonna be too great. Nah. These are all not worth talking about. Crocodile. Also, flip coins until you get tails. We already seen that. For each heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's act. It's a stage 2. This one is something I want to talk about here is the Hawlucha. Which is pretty much like double Galarian Zigzagoon, but only on the bench. So it's pretty much like the Lost Thunder Giratina. Who remembers that? If you play it onto the bench, you may put 1 damage counters on 2 of the opponent's bench Pokemon. So it could help out with damage numbers. Scoop Up Net is gone, however. Yo, look at that. Funky attack. 4 energies. Discard 2 energies. Your opponent shuffles their active and all cards into their deck. Hilarious. Hilariously memey. Okay, we have a Clawful. 130 on the basic. It's a basic with 130 HP. And look at that. Funky fella. 130 damage. No. Great Tusk. Koraidon. There's a Muck, which the special condition poison is not removed when the opponent evolves. More bulk cards, to be honest. Yeah, a whole heap of bulk. There's a Kingambit, which evolves from Bisharp. So Bisharp all the way made it to evolution. As long as this Pokemon is in play, the attacks of your basic Pokemon do 30 more damage. We have something similar with Single Strike Ambor, and that doesn't see play either. So straight up to the bulk department. We have that Great Draw Engine we talked about. Staraptor. Oh yeah, Staraptor is pretty interesting. It comes back with the attack. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to it by basic Pokemon. If we're going to a basic heavy format again, which we're not because it's EXs, this could see play. It's a stage 2, however. It is a stage 2. So, as mentioned, Nazball is back, Palpat is back, EXP Share is back, Research is back. Who doesn't want to play this Research, right? Professor's Research. Moving forward... Spoopa can evolve when you put it down, so it pretty much wants to be Caterpie Metapod all over again. Spoopa has the same ability. When you can instantly evolve it, you make it all the way to Vivillon, which is pretty bad. 50 damage and flip a coin. Now affected by one special condition of your choosing. Oh, that's cool wording. You can put the opponent to a special condition of your choosing, but it's on a coin flip. What is this? Walking away to victory. Toadscool. All these Pokemon look so new. It's so refreshing to see all these. Okay. Scoville Villain? Something like it? Wow, that looks a very strange monster. Your opponent is now burned. Nah, 180. 180 for 3 energies. Stage 1. Nah, not gonna cut it. Houndoom, cool card. It's unfortunately bulk. Clawitzer, more bulk. These look very happy. Not doing anything though. They evolve into 100 HP, 180 HP Pokemon though. Search your deck for an item card and put it in hand. Does control want items back? Rotom is here. More interesting cards. We've seen most of them already. There was just a couple of them that I was thinking like, oh, we were missing out on these, so I wanted to just make sure we don't forget anything. Spiritomb usually has great cards. Flip 2 coins if both of them are heads. If active Pokemon is now knocked out, it's better to be playing Radiant Jirachi, to be honest. 90 damage, 50 reduction. Flip coins, they'll get tails. This is just another bulk card. Chansey into Blizzy eventually. Indeedee, search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and play and evolve it. Could help on the first turn going second to evolve something, but is it worth it? Who knows? Look at these fellas. The Tenda Mouse. Tende Mouse? I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. They're not doing anything. These, if you have multiple of them in play, could hit up to some reasonable damage output. Silazar with free retreat and able to draw cards. The electricity generator is busted. Ultra Ball also sees a reprint. And this Ultra Ball sees a reprint with the G regulation mark. We're going to be seeing Ultra Ball for the next couple of years. So Rocky Helmet sees a reprint. And that's about it. So yeah, let me know. Oh, no, that's not it. Crushing Hammer is also back. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself. Crushing Hammer is back. Pokemon Catcher is back. Energy Search is back. These are cards. Oh yeah, we still have not run through all of them. Okay. There are still a couple of them that we need to check out. Meowscarada? You may put energy in their hand. Okay. Energy Denial. Sure. Exoskeleton. Same ability as the Dolphin Prime that started this channel, by the way. Hilarious. Energy Switch sees a reprint. Energy Search sees a reprint. Potion. Pokegear is back, so we are Switch. People were saying, we're never getting Switch back. This and that, but it is here. Switch doesn't go away. It's typically a card that sticks around forever. Each player shuffles their hand to their deck, draws 4 cards. It's Judge. Yeah, well, I didn't see that this was a Judge, but Judge is also back for a couple of years. Youngster is pretty much Sauna. Nimona is Hop. Draw 3 cards. Okay. Skillydirk. Wow, this looks like a Tyrantrum. Dinosaur kind of thing. Attach 2 basic energies. Discard pile any way you like. Okay. They're not great. They are not like the Rillabooms of the Sword and Shield era. Mareeps. Rotom, Lechonk, Energy Surge, more of the same cards. And then lastly, Quackavolt. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. Energy Acceleration from hand in a stage 2 form. This might actually see play. The rest of the starting Pokemon evolutions, they will not see play. Energy Retrieval is back. Energy Surge, yeah, same stuff we talked about. Vitality Band is back. Wow, I didn't expect them to reprint the Vitality Band, but they did. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of the run through of all the cards we're getting in the Scarlet and Violet set coming out on the 31st of September. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by slapping the hell out of the like button and subscribe for more content. Go check out our sponsors. PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCG code cards. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG for 5% off, and they will have crowns in it up very shortly. So use the coupon code to start your journey on that brand new set. There is CARDMARKET.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapDoesTCG to help support the channel. You can go over to yourplaymat.com if you want to create your own custom playmat. This works for people worldwide as they ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely do so to upload your favorite wallpaper or own unique logo to turn it into a beautiful playmat. There's Dragon Shield for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Come on, protect the beautiful cards and head over to Dragon Shield. People from the US and Europe can do it. There's links down below. And last but not least, you can finally become a member on my YouTube channel where you can see my personal deck list as well as get access to some more perks here and there. So if you want to support the channel even further, that's also something you could do. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'm very looking forward to the Scarlet and Violet set that comes out. The new block. I'm always excited when a new block hits. And don't be disappointed when the first couple of EXs are not that great. If you look way past to the history of Pokemon, that happens most of the time. Think about Sun and Moon base set. Think about the Sword and Shield base set. Those did contain the most powerful cards, so just hold your horses. We will get there eventually. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. Peace.